everybody, it's John12 back here again with another video, and today I bring you my official review for Justice League Gods and Monsters Chronicles Episode 1 titled Twisted. Now, of course, if you have no idea what the heck this is, basically it's a mini prequel series, animated series rather, that Machinima developed that's supposed to debut before the official release of the animated feature-length movie Justice League Gods and Monsters, which of course is the newest DC animated movie to be added to the long list of DC animated universe movies. Now, of course, if you've not seen this particular episode, please check it out. I'm pretty sure you can check it out all over YouTube and most likely Machinima's YouTube channel, and I definitely suggest checking it out. It's definitely worth the watch. It's obviously not that incredibly long length, so of course you can get it done pretty easily, and of course, if you haven't seen it overall, this review may contain spoilers, so please go check it out and come back. But that being said, before I get into the actual episode, let me just give you my personal 2 cents on Justice League Gods and Monsters overall, because I haven't really made a video talking about this particular project, so I guess this is the best time to do it. So, nonetheless, Justice League Gods and Monsters is obviously the newest DC animated original, and when it was first announced that Bruce Timm was going to team up with Machinima and DC, and they were going to make like this gigantic project, I originally was like, that's fucking awesome. Machinima, Bruce Timm, DC, all those three things coming together makes me happy inside in a way that nothing else can, particularly. But that being said, after I saw the official trailer for the animated feature that's supposed to be coming out, if I'm not mistaken, July 28th, which is obviously not that long from now, I wasn't really that anticipated to see the movie. I wasn't blown away by the trailer. Everything kind of looked a little too mediocre for my taste, and for me personally, as much as I like alternate universes and parallel universes and DC's Elseworlds kind of stories, I like my Batmans to be the Batmans, and I like my Supermans to stay the Supermans, and Wonder Woman's the Wonder Woman's. You know, it's just, as much as I like the alternate versions of these characters, there's only definitive characters for each specific persona, in my personal opinion, but that's just me. But overall, Machinima is obviously doing a 3-part miniseries, which is supposed to be a prequel series to the film, and I decided to check it out, the first episode, which premiered today, which is obviously episode 1, Twisted, and essentially it's a very Batman-heavy episode. Now, of course, Batman is not Batman in this story. He's obviously played by Kirk Langstrom, which, of course, if you don't know who Kirk Langstrom is from the Batman mythos, he's essentially Man-Bat, which is one of Batman's multiple supervillain rogues, and of course in this particular universe he's this universe's Batman, and on the flip side he's also a vampire for some reason. Apparently in this universe, Kirk Langstrom develops cancer, and to get rid of his cancer he becomes a vampire. I don't know how that makes any sense, but then again, it's the comic book world, nothing makes sense. But that being said, this is a very Batman heavy episode, and it's essentially Batman versus Harley Quinn. I think that's the title of the freaking thumbnail, which is essentially says it all. It's a 5-minute Batman versus Harley Quinn episode, and essentially it starts off, spoilers, with Batman doing some heavy detective work, searching for, I guess, Harley Quinn, who's kidnapped some people for some demonic reason, and we go through the bowels of essentially Harley Quinn's mind. Essentially, she's developed this gigantic, man cave, if you will, and it's essentially filled with a whole bunch of gesture type shit, a whole bunch of type of things that you would expect from Harley Quinn's house, if you will, and we find multiple decapitated bodies and, stuffed animal-like people who she's probably killed, and, and it's just some heavy Bates Motel type shit in this specific room. That's all I really want to say without spoiling the whole thing. But that being said, everything else is essentially just Batman saves this woman who's in the captivity of Harley Quinn, and of course Harley Quinn comes in all crazy as she usually does. And Harley Quinn in this specific episode, I want to say, if you were a naysayer for Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, and even though after seeing the multiple fucking set photos we got from Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, and we're like, I don't like Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, because she's too revealing. This Harley Quinn in this specific universe is 10 times more grittier and revealing than Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. So I guess that's one way to put it. And also, I would like to say even crazier. She's a whack job, and there's no Joker in here, so she doesn't need a Joker to be as wacky as she is. She's a wackadoo without the guy. So that being said, I think she's a little bit more crazier than Margot Robbie's, but then again, I haven't seen the movie, so we have to see what goes down. But that being said, at the end of the day, Batman defeats Harley Quinn in a gritty fucking badass fight, which I was not expecting, and of course ends with essentially Batman revealing he's a vampire, and then digging his fangs into Harley Quinn's throat, and then sucking out her blood, and potentially killing her, and possibly even eating her. That's essentially the 5-minute episode premiere of this series. That's essentially the whole thing. And it's really freaking creepy and crazy. And actually, I really liked it a lot. To tell you the truth, for a guy like myself who was not expecting this shit to be any kind of good, it really blew me away. That was a freaking nice little 5-minute episode. I really liked the animation style. It has that very Timverse-esque kind of animation spin on it. Even though I prefer the newer style of animation we've gotten over the course of the last few movies, I prefer that a little bit more. That's just me, but it's always nice to see this, the Timverse kind of style, the animated series kind of style of animating when it comes to DC products. And, of course, Batman, even though it's not the original OG Batman that I like, I think it was, Kirk Langstrom's a pretty good Batman. Even though I fully don't understand why he's a vampire, I think it was pretty decent. And that being said, Harley Quinn, of course, being played by Tara Strong, always does a fantastic job, and Tara Strong is a badass, so that being said, that's also pretty cool. And of course, Michael C. Hall plays Kirk Langstrom / Batman, so I think he also did a pretty decent job. Even though he doesn't say a lot, I thought it was still kind of cool. So, but overall, Justice League Gods and Monsters Chronicles Episode 1 Twisted, I give it a good 8 out of 10. It's definitely worth the watch, and it's very badass. Definitely a lot. It gave me a lot more than what I was truly expecting. It was just very well done. The music was awesome. The creepy, horrifying elements thrown in there were really nicely done. Harley Quinn was very sadistic and creepy. And this is, Harley Quinn without a Joker. And I like everything about it. Was really fucking much more than what I was expecting. Essentially, if I had to put it in a simple sentence of how this kind of feels to me, the vibe of this specific show, for those of you who have not seen it, the best way I can put it is that Justice League Gods and Monsters Chronicles is kind of like Injustice meets Batman Beyond. That's essentially what this series is, and I'm all for that. That's freaking awesome in my book. So overall, I give it a good 8 out of 10. Very nice little episode. I hope sequel episodes are going to be pretty badass. Episode 2 will be premiering June 10th, and the third final episode will be premiering in June 12th, and more than likely, I don't know if they're going to do a second season. There's been talks if they might do a second season, but overall, next month will be the premiere of the actual, animated movie, so I guess at the end of the day, we're still going to get a whole bunch of awesome Justice League Gods and Monsters-esque kind of products, and of course, they also, for those of you who don't know, released a full press release, talking about all things Justice League Gods and Monsters, and we're apparently going to get a whole bunch of other stuff to add on with this new web series and this new movie. There's going to be a comic book, series dedicated to the story of Justice League Gods and Monsters, and a whole bunch of other awesome projects that DC Entertainment's working on. So, of course, if you want to know more about that, check out the full press release. That being said, in the comments below, let me know what you personally thought about Justice League Gods and Monsters Episode 1, titled Twisted. Definitely let me know what your personal thoughts on the project overall. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my channel for all things DC, and hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already. This has been John 12.